Yeah. Woo! What's up, y'all? Settle down.
Damn, took some shit out of it.
Welcome to Triad Hip Hop Podcast. I am your host, Kurt Dog, and this is
Howie,
the originator.
No, not the originator.
Man, I really do, appreciate the podcast because, I've always loved hip hop, but this was your brainchild, and you kind of helped me to kind of rediscover my hip hop roots with this. So
hey,
definitely appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you because, like, the thing of it is, like, you being older than me, not to say that you old and shit, but but nah, I mean, as far as like, because I always wanted to have a show where we expound on the knowledge, because you being from up top, me being down south, my hip hop experience was different from from up top. And I think that's the thing. We need to combine these experiences instead of just like everybody like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? We, South, we run y'all niggas. Or, we Midwest, we run. Like, nah. Look, if it wasn't for New York, we wouldn't be hip hopping right now. All right. Yeah. I mean, let's just be real with it.
Right.
And then let's just expound on, like, okay, well, here, this is how we did it. This is how we did it. Just
absolutely.
Don't fight each other, because that's what they want you to do.
That's how it should be.
They want you to fight against each other. And while they making all this money and all this bloodshed and stuff, and they making you look stupid.
Yep.
All right, Gary Gilmore in the house. Gilmore in the house, rather.
What up? Appreciate you.
What up? Yep.
So yeah, of course we are live on all platforms. We got Instagram going. We got YouTube.
Yep.
We got
Facebook.
We're gonna see what Zuckerberg do.
Zuckerberg.
See if he's gonna play his cards today.
Yeah, not good.
And YouTube and everything. So we doing a thing. So we appreciate y'all once again. We got a lot to talk about today. How was your week this week, man?
Week wasn't too bad. Got some things done. Me and Brittany went out and got dinner, I think, the other day. It was in Thomas. Well, I shouldn't say word. Well, it's fucking Thomas. Bastards. But anyway, so what happened, man, we went to the Ruby Tuesdays, and I'm not saying this just not to eat at the establishment or nothing like that. But we had this waitress, and man, me and Brittany, we pretty much reasonable people. When we go out to eat, we don't be like, look, bring this, bring that, and run you to death. Like, okay, just bring us this, and whatever you feel comfortable with. Hey, when you get a chance, I know you're busy, you're short staffed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had, one, the bitch lied about some shit about the like, okay, we got endless soup and salad, and you can get potato and the salad. Like, oh, word? About to get fat quick. And they like, and then they had the salad, and they're like, well, where the potato? Oh, it's either or. But you said and. Oh, wow. You said and, bitch. And means you add. That's two things together.
Exactly.
Or it's like you get one or the other. That's like choices. And means you get both the choices.
Right.
Anyway, so we were getting ready to pay the bill, and she was like, well, we need you to pay the bill. I was like, okay. So, she came up there with a little credit card joint, and then she was over us, waiting for us to pay. Like, bitch, is you fucking crazy?
Right.
Like, we some hardened criminals. Like, we gonna run out like, y'all see us.
we both cash in the store.
Yeah, we both big. You know what I'm saying? So if we did ran out,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get. I mean, hell, and I don't live that far. So y'all gonna find my fat ass. So why would I sit like this fucking stupid?
We found the crook.
We found the crook.
Running 1 block away.
Hard.
He stopped.
He stopped.
Panting.
Yeah, that panting shit. Damn, I should never stole it.
We found the criminal half a block away. Trying to sneak into a food line and blend in with the audience.
Yeah, man. Shoot, man. That's just like crazy, man. Like, and the thing of it is, and then I had to we were trying to get an order to go. My mom had to go to the hospital. Well, not that she was in the hospital, but she was up there for some other stuff. I won't get into that. So, so I get up there like, hey, we kind of need an order to go. She gave me this like evil look. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm getting an order. I was like, well, you handle it. Like, okay, all right.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm not saying Ruby Tuesday's good, bad. I'm just saying
your employee did not.
Yeah, I'm just saying your employee wouldn't.
She didn't represent y'all.
She act like a goddamn Canadian. Because I know that's what y'all call it. Oh, another thing. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get. So there was another like black couple. Black family. I think it was a mother with her kids. And she would go to. She was like, "Well, you need to get the tip. You know, you need to give a tip." And she's like, "Oh, well, I ain't gonna do you like that. I'm gonna get your cash out." Say, "Oh, okay. So what's your cash out?" And she told us, and the girl was like, the black lady's like, "Yeah, I remember that." Nah, bitch.
You know what?
Nah.
You know what?
Got.
You got. If it ain't getting done right in front of you, it ain't getting done.
No, you got. Oh man. Oh man.
So Ruby Tuesday was a bust.
Yeah. So I'm not saying don't go there. I'm just saying
we going straight hit them up. Fuck Ruby Tuesday as a staff.
Damn.
And if you like Ruby Tuesday,
fuck you too. Red Lobster. Nah, just play.
We just play. Ruby Tuesday is cool. But yeah, that's what's up, man. I mean, sometimes you just have those experiences, man. I'm sure it was just probably that employee, you know what I mean, versus the whole company.
Yeah.
But yeah. How's things going with work?
Man, bitch, we about to get stupid busy, man.
For real?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's kind of slow right now, but man, it's just like everybody's, because the whole thing happening with. Well, I think they let at one time they were blocking the ports.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know about the whole deal with the ports or anything. I don't know if they lifted it or so. But the thing of it is, a lot of people have been ordering because of, saying they're trying to just get stuff from the floors. So they're just trying to get anything from anything from any warehouse.
Right.
So like, yeah, man, it's just been crazy. It's been crazy.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it's good, that y'all gonna get busy though.
Oh yeah, man. Well, how was your week, man?
My week was good, took a couple of days off, me and the young one, Cameron, we went down to Atlanta, took her to her first concert. One of her favorite artists, a young artist out there named Clinton Kane. Yeah, he's kind of pop rock and roll type. Okay. And so, he can sing. He reminds me a lot of like a male version of Adele, but more rock and roll like.
Okay, I got you.
He sings a lot of that type of stuff, heartbreaks, stuff that, traumatic experiences and stuff like that. Yeah, stuff
that you really supposed to be singing about.
Right.
Rapping about.
Blues.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he's good, man. I like him. He did a pretty good show. So we got back Thursday, and so that was about it. Other than that, I haven't. I only work has been work. Just the normal stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing else. So it's been an average week, but that was nice that she got to see her first concert.
Well, that's what's up.
We're gonna have to do more for her in the future too, because it was one of those like type of stand-up events, like a club type of concert, and so she's a little on the short side, so it was a lot of people where they were, blocking the stage.
Yeah,
like, I wish I'd have thought about that. We could have bought her a little step stool or something.
Yeah.
But it was
be like Kevin Hart with a little step like pat, pat, pat. Pat, 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 pat. Gotta go there and fold it down real quick.
Right. But yeah, it was good though. I enjoyed it. Got to see the downtown of Atlanta, which the traffic is crazy, so I don't recommend the traffic. But if you gotta go there, try not to deal with downtown if you can. But yeah, other than that, that was it. So yeah, we can go ahead and jump into the show. This is episode 205. Yes, sir. And don't forget, while you're here, just hit the buttons for us. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters.
Ting. That's right. Yo.
Let me turn on the power of Umar.
Need funds allocated to make sure that the school is open. Dang.
Like, keep it on the low, but we need funds. Don't tell nobody. I'm asking. They shut me down.
Yeah,
but we need funds. But I'm gonna flash something across the screen. I'm not gonna say it verbally. We need funds. but yeah. So before we go too far, definitely gotta pay some respect and give a shout out and rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. He died a couple days ago, earlier this week. Relationship guru, and overall, he was pretty known for his pretty hard, straightforward talk. He didn't really cut corners. He didn't pull no punches. So a lot of people did not like his approach. But I will say this, the majority of his clients were females who wanted to be better. And so regardless of what you say, you don't have to agree with everything that he does, but he knew what he was talking about. And I kind of agree with a lot of the stuff he said. If I had to gauge it, I would say I agree with at least 85 to 90% of what he said. There was only very little, things that he said that I was like, nah, that's not for me. Or, maybe the way he talked, because he was very straightforward. He'll tell you straight up, you're a 5 out of 10. You're not what a man would want to look for. So, people didn't like that, you know what I mean? But what did you think about him overall?
I didn't agree with him on everything. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. I haven't really watched a whole episode, so I couldn't really comment. I have to say, I mean, it is unfortunate that he's gone.
Yeah.
I do understand how people do feel about, like, he used his platform to capitalize off of black women. I can understand that to an extent, but at the same, like you said, they kept going to him. So evidently, you know what I'm saying?
He wouldn't have had a successful channel if they wouldn't have kept coming back.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna miss him, nothing like that. I do wish that his soul was at peace. You know what I'm saying, like that. Yeah, I'm definitely not glad he's dead. I mean, there's been a lot of people been like, yeah, I'm glad that nigga dead. And so I'm like, dude, and they up there, I'm like, man, nah, it ain't that serious.
That level of disrespect, I don't understand.
Because really, my thing of it is this: it's like, okay, he might have said some harsh things, but did he keep you from like getting a job? Right. Did he keep you from getting your house or the place that you live? Did he keep you from having an economical opportunity? Or, I mean, these are the questions you got to ask yourself. Yeah. Like, really, that man's not your enemy. Matter of fact, I mean, if anything, I mean, he was just trying to tell you to better yourself. Yeah. Don't settle for, don't settle for this. You can't be, I can respect him saying, look, you can't be where you are and expect this. You know what I'm saying? No, you got to elevate yourself. You got to work yourself to get there, to get that. You can't just be as you are and then expect this. I mean, and that's not only a women thing. I think that's just anybody across the board. Sometimes I mean, hell, we've all fallen in the trap of like, I really wish I had $1 million. But you don't have the mindset to really help, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking to me too, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to myself too. So I mean, it ain't, it ain't just y'all. God damn it, it's me. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it's that's the thing, man. I mean, it's just I think some of it is like a harsh look at yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes on some things that he might have went overboard on, yeah, but still a harsh,
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, for the most part, you can't really, for the most part, I'm not saying 100%, but for the most part, you can't really disagree with what he was saying, especially like, I know some of them didn't like when he would ask them to rate themselves on 1 to 10, because he would always say you can't use 7, because a lot of females like to go directly there. I don't want to sound like I'm too perfect, but I don't want to sound like I'm that bad either. So I'll say a 7. Mm-hmm. So he would always say, if you rate yourself on 1 to 10, you cannot use 7. It has to be 6 or below or 8 or higher. And so, that I think that made a lot of women mad. And then, some of them didn't want, some of them would say they were nines and tens and, looking like the crack of somebody's toe. And it's like, what's wrong with you?
Hey, man.
He would tell them, no, man, that is not what you are.
Man, not confidence, man. You gotta,
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. You should have confidence, but you also should have realistic,
common sense,
expectations.
Yeah.
So, I really like that about him. I mean, he did come off pretty harsh, but for the most part, what he was doing or saying, I did not disagree with. But on another note, we also want to send a rest in peace to a female known in hip hop named Jewell. She was on death row for a few years back in the day, back in the 90s. She did a few songs like where she was singing background, and she had her own stuff, but she didn't really make it very far. I don't think she really got to flourish, if you want to say that.
Yeah, she was dubbed the First Lady of Death Row.
Yeah,
Records.
First Lady of Death Row. Yeah, she was 53 when she passed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she was, she's been on the internet a lot here recently because she's done a lot of interviews where she was telling stories about a lot of the craziness that was going on with Death Row and Suge and all of them, seeing people going through fights and even stuff like sex orgies and stuff like that. She talked about that. She was on an episode of the thing where they build the tiny houses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said she gave up her big house for one of those tiny houses, and so had an episode around her on there too. I don't know if it's called Tiny House, but one of the whatever that show is where they do the tiny houses.
That's what's up.
So yeah, man. So rest in peace to Jewell.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Jewel or Jewell. I always said Jewell, but she had a good voice too, man. I've heard several of her tracks, but she never really got to do a whole lot of like album type stuff. It was always singing background for somebody else. She had one or two songs I think for herself, but most of her stuff that you might remember might be stuff she did for somebody else. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I wonder if she worked with Danny Boy.
I'm not sure. That's a good question. I would assume so, but I don't know. But yeah, she definitely had a good voice and a respectable voice as well. So rest in peace to her and him. Let's go ahead and give them a moment of silence just to pay our respects. All right. Thank y'all for doing that with us. Also, want to send, our thoughts and prayers for the rapper Kid Creole. He has been sentenced to 16 years in prison for a stabbing event that happened back in 2017. It was right when we first started the show, and I remember we talked about it, but it was like a guy that was supposedly homeless. And this guy, I guess he probably asked him for some money or something like that. And Kid Creole said no. And the guy just kept poking at him, antagonizing him, to give him some money. And it ended up being a physical altercation because the guy probably tried to, either swing on him or grab at him. And Kid Creole ended up stabbing the guy, from what I understand, allegedly. Because you got to say that nowadays. Allegedly. So, but he'd been in jail or prison ever since 2017. And now they finally got to his sentencing and gave him 16 years. So I really hope that things go smoothly for him in there. I know it's a lot to be in prison. And, the way things are clicked up, he's not like a gang type of guy. You know what I mean? He's just an honest, hardworking guy. You know what I mean? Just trying to live his life. And so it is what it is. But, our thoughts and prayers up to him.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's just unfortunate, man. I mean, like I said, I don't think that's like his for what, first major crime. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be punished.
Right.
But it's just like, dude, I don't think he's a threat to society. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, right. Kid Creole's gonna stick me the fuck up. Like, nah, make him serve a couple of years.
Right.
And like, okay,
on a first offense type of
I mean,
thing.
the thing of it is the man ain't but what he's he ain't old.
Right.
He's in his 50s, but he's a young. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He ain't got months left to live. Just let, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably like mid to late 50s.
Yeah, man, that's just, to me, that's just bullshit. Not no 16 years. Now, I can understand, you know, maybe 4 or 5, you know what I'm saying? Look, you know, or at least let him get out on good behavior. God, at least let him do that. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. It's just overboard. But I mean, like I said, people done worse stuff than he did, and they got lesser time.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder where he's housed at, what prison he's in. But yeah, I hope everything just goes smooth for him, man. You know, because that's rough. You know,
man.
Having to deal with that. So yeah, you know, just wanted to mention him. You know, of course, if y'all don't know, he's from the old school hip hop group Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
Child of born, no state of mind. Blind to the ways of
mankind.
God is smiling on you.
I forgot.
He's frowning too, because only God knows what you go through. Huh?
Yeah, there you go. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, man.
Well, all right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to our question of the day. Today we actually got 2 questions of the day. So, Howie, you want to take it away?
All right, so we got 2 questions. So the first one is the question that pertains to Young Thug saying that, you know, about disparaging things about poor people. The thing of it is, should poor people have kids? And the second question is Kevin Samuel, since we just talked about him, is he our enemy?
Yeah. Yeah, and then, you know, let us know your thoughts about both of those questions. You know, I didn't see the Young Thug thing. Was it like an interview or something like that?
It wasn't too much of a, I don't know if it was it might have been an interview for a publication and whatnot.
Yeah.
This happened probably a couple weeks ago. Probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
But he was basically saying that like poor people shouldn't have kids, which I do get where he's coming from, because you know, some people, you know, especially with systematic you know, welfare and stuff towards, you know, certain group of people that we will not say, but we all know.
Right.
But anyway, so like if they get, you know, if they have kids, they feel, you know, the cycle is going to go all over again. But the thing of it is, you can't really, you know, stop them from having kids.
Right.
I don't think that's the answer. Just like, oh, you know, poor people just stop. Now, I don't think that's the answer altogether. I mean, there should be some education. There should be something in place to do something.
Yeah.
But I mean, just telling poor people to stop having kids. Because I mean, that's the thing. If poor people didn't have kids, you know what I'm saying? Some of the greatest people would not exist.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people who are, you know, just looking to adopt a kid. You know, and I mean, sometimes as a person who might be really down on their luck, you may be willing to give the child up for adoption, give them a good home. But yeah, I mean, financially, it ain't always the best situation. But I think, you know, spiritually, you know, it's good for you to become a parent. Mm-hmm. It helps to build you up, you know, as a person, and kind of give you more of an understanding of discipline and stuff like that, you know. So I don't count it out altogether, but I do say you should be mindful when it comes to financially, you know. Mm-hmm. So, but as far as Kevin Samuels, man, I mean, no, I don't think he was nobody's enemy. I mean, the man, I've never heard anything on his channel where I could say, oh, he's such a big liar and he's just using people. And nah, I never really heard nothing like that. So I can't say that about him. So, so what are your, how do you feel about this?
Well, like I said, we kind of talked about that, you know, earlier, but you know what I'm saying? Like, basically, like, this man ain't really kept no one from getting a job or anything like that. I mean, he might say things that might be harsh, but you know what I'm saying? He ain't putting the foot down your neck. Exactly. Well, I mean, he can't do it now. So yeah, so that's the thing.
Yep. So what do you think about the whole, should poor people be able to procreate?
Well, like, again, like I said, I just think, you know, it shouldn't be, like I said, I get where he's coming from, But at the same time, it's like you can't really say that poor people can't, because like I said, if you do that, like, you know, we wouldn't have Muhammad Ali, you wouldn't have Michael Jordan, you wouldn't have, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We had greats because, I mean, but now at the same time, that was a different time period too. You know what I'm saying? You know, we ain't, you know, of course we don't want to birth another young thug. You know? Right. You know?
We don't want no more of them.
Yeah, just throwing that out there.
Yeah. but yeah.
But I mean, on a serious note, I mean, you know, it's just you saying that, like, I mean, for him, he wasn't too far off in that situation himself. You know what I'm saying? It'd be one thing if he came up rich and was like, yeah, poor people shouldn't be able to procreate. Damn, I said that wrong.
Procreate.
Fuck. Shit. Poor people shouldn't be fucking. All right. I was trying to be all political, but you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell people, and you were just in a situation yourself, right? And talking about, like, yeah, they shouldn't do that, because now you sound like you know what I'm saying? You sound like that you keeping people down, and there's it's a form of population control too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yep. So y'all let us know what y'all think. Put something in the comments, you know, and grab all those buttons, like, share, subscribe, and all of that. You know, let us know how y'all feel about all that stuff. The questions of the day. And we'll go ahead and move on to the next. So let's go ahead and give a shout out for some birthdays. Only got a handful today. So on today's the 6th. Today's the 7th? Today's the 7th. Well then my bad. Yesterday we got a couple birthdays. Meek Mill birthday was yesterday. All right. And MC Search. Uh-oh. Yes, sir. Both of them had birthdays yesterday, so happy birthday to them. AM. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then coming up on the 9th, we got my man Ghostface Killer. Ghostface. No one can get illa. Oh. So yeah, his birthday's coming up on the 9th, so happy birthday to him. And then coming up on the 10th, we got rest in peace Craig Mack. His birthday's on the 10th. And also Young MC, you know, it's coming up on the 10th as well, so happy birthday to him. You want it? You got it. You want it, baby. Just bust a move. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, man, happy birthday to both of them. Coming up on the 11th is my man Ace Hood. All right. Yeah, so happy birthday to him. And that's it for my birthdays today. So let's give them some kind of claps, you know, just to appreciate it. Yeah, I had to get the speaker back. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, all right. I know y'all trying to see my fat ass in here. Get your fat ass over there. Got the speaker right just in time. Just in time. It'll probably go out again. All right. Well, speaking of Ace Hood, we got to get into some music. He actually got some new music out. He got a new music called Greatness, a new song called Greatness featuring Killer Mike. Okay, dope. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good too. You know, you can hear a lot more maturity in his rap. You know, he got his bars are actually stronger because he was cool back in the day, but he wasn't really one of my favorites. Yeah, but he had some catchy songs. You know what I mean? Remember the joint? I woke up in a new Bugatti. Yeah, that was him. So yeah, he was cool. I like Ace Hood. But I'm really liking the new Ace Hood. I can hear some strength in his bars now. But anyway, my man Fabulous, Fabolous, he got a new song out called the Cheerio Freestyle. I don't know why he calling it a freestyle. It kind of seems more like a song to me. Because he actually takes time to have an interlude between verses and all that. So I don't know. I feel like it's more of a song, but it's called the Cheerio Freestyle. That's dope. Black Star. I told y'all their new album. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to listen to this. Yeah, that album just dropped on May 3rd. It's called No Fear of Time. And so what they did, they released it on like a podcast channel. I think it was Spotify or something like that. Okay. So they were like, they just felt like that was the best thing for them because most people go to stuff like Spotify to hear music and podcasts. So they were like, this is probably the best avenue for us. And they just wanted to keep it not too industry standard, you know? So yeah, I think y'all should check that out. Method Man is dropping the Meth Lab 3.
METHOD, man.
He's always been really successful with those Meth Lab albums. He got a new song with, I think it was either Jadakiss or Styles P. One of them. He got a song with one of them.
Okay.
And some other collaborations. So I think he got a song with R.J. Payne, because I talked about that before. And, dang, I'm trying to remember somebody else. It was a couple other people, but some real good lyricists, you know what I mean? Some Jadakiss type people, you know what I mean? I think it's
Nino Man, maybe.
No, he got some Wu people on there, of course. He got some Wu-Tang. But either way, you know, the album's gonna be good, I'm pretty sure. My man Cool G Rap is getting back on the scene. He got a new song out called Diesel, and he dropping a new album. The album is actually gonna have some guest appearances by people like Method Man, R.J. Payne, and he's even got something with Sean Price.
Oh,
so, yeah,
nice.
Yeah. So G-Rap is really trying to get his name back out there to really, you know, reclaim that throne a little bit. So I'm happy about that because I'm always been a G-Rap fan. Don't forget Kendrick Lamar's album's coming out May 13th. So that's next weekend. Shawna Brooks, we got to talk about her a little bit. That's the female that did the song where she kind of threw out some shots at Benzino because she's a transgender and he tried to disassociate himself with her. So she did drop the song. It's called Real T. And, you know, she really does talk some stuff about Benzino. So she was rapping to the old beat from the rapper Shawna, Getting Some Head. So, yeah, she uses that beat.
Wow.
And so, yeah. She said that's one of her favorite rappers, Shawna. So,
my thing of it is, like I was just saying, you know, it's been great because we're gonna have to talk about him later anyway. If she went up to Eminem and got some help,
right?
If she would have been like, you know what, Em, I know you had some disparaging things you said about my community, about me being transgender and homophobic slurs, but I'm willing to put that nail in the coffin. See what I did there?
You see what he did there?
Put that nail in the coffin.
I would never claim to be
no Ravizino, 83-year-old fake Pacino. So I'll be willing to do that if you did a feature on the track. Oh, man.
That would have been hilarious. But you know, for Eminem fans out there, you know, I don't think Eminem is necessarily homophobic. He just likes to use stuff like that in a clowning type of way. Because, I mean, he's talked about in interviews how he has a lot of respect for the LGBTQ community. Even, remember, he did performances with Elton John.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't think he really has any issue. He just, you know, like if you and somebody is kind of cracking on each other and you just faggot ass nigga, you know. It ain't really that I hate gay people. It's just, that's
just a language.
Yeah.
Just like, well, I mean, even Immortal Technique, you know, spoke on that, talking about like, I might say like, I'm gonna, you the F word, like you this. He's like, I might be saying it, but like in the grand scheme of things, that's just hardcore rap. I'm just saying that you saw. I'm not necessarily saying that you, you out here, producing and sucking dick or anything like that. No, I'm just saying that you soft and. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's it. But it ain't nothing. But it ain't nothing gay. I'm not saying that you homosexual. You know what I'm saying?
So just wanted to make that point. You know, that's why I feel like Eminem would probably have done it too.
Yeah.
If the beef was still going.
Yeah, it was going.
But Rhapsody got a new song out, and I just said this. I remember because we was talking about all the artists like J. Cole and all them bringing out new music. I said Rhapsody probably gonna be next. She got a new joint out called Dust to Diamonds.
Okay.
Yes. And it's good. I heard it. It's dope too. And then Action Bronson released something new called Sub-Zero a few weeks ago too. I heard. So he trying to get his name back out there in the music industry.
The Ice Ninja joint.
Right. Just don't come for Ghostface again, Action. Just don't do that. That ain't what you want.
Don't sound like me on no album.
Right.
That was a horrible Ghostface.
Man.
So I did that on purpose so Ghostface wouldn't come after me.
Right. But yeah, that's it for my new music. So y'all go check all of that out, man. It's some good music coming out, man. You got Black Star, the Meth Lab.
I definitely gotta check
Rap.
out that Black Star, man.
And remember we got the new collab coming up with RJ Payne and Razcast and who was it? Somebody who was a producer and rapper.
Was
RJ Payne, Razcast.
Havoc.
Yeah. So I'm ready for that joint. I don't know what they're waiting on, but they need to hurry up with that.
Yeah, man. See, that's what I'm saying. I was I think I forgot what happened. I think I was looking at something I think Chuck D shared.
Okay.
And I think I forgot what happened. It was back in the day. It was like one group and another group back in the 90s got together and did a collab.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I commented to him. I don't think it was the real Chuck D, obviously. But I was just like, yeah, man. I said, I like some of the, the new rappers and stuff. I mean, they cool, but the thing that they really need to start doing is like making collabs with each other. Well, their collabs are okay, but I really wish they make a super group. I really wish that, like, really the Kendricks and the J. Cole, not that they're getting old, but they are aging a little bit. But I would like to see, a real collaborative supergroup project with some real concepts and stuff, like really thought-provoking and rhymes. Instead of just talking about money and, bitches and shit. But, what I'm saying? Actually, like, something that, people can, like, man, that was some substance, man. Like, I like them putting that together, man.
Exactly.
Like, it would be nice if something like that comes along. So
Absolutely.